All right, James. Just got off the pod with Daniel Snow, the founder and owner of the handle at Rap. That's wild, man. What do you think?
Super
Guy's
interesting,
killing
man.
it.
Yeah, super interesting that you can. I mean, we know that attention, I guess, is most of the game in terms of being able to monetize. You need the eyeballs on what you're doing, but man, he's crushing it on social media. I mean, most of us are trying to build sites with organic traffic, but he's just like smashing social media and then just making the living and making the big business through that. I mean, the amount of revenue that he's doing just through Instagram, TikTok, and then a few others is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, right? 8 figures, like pretty much 8 figures in revenue.
That's
Purely
crazy.
doing socials. Yeah, he wasn't even doing his website. He didn't even. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even focus on it. I had to
Does
like
that mean
pitch him some ideas.
you're gonna focus on your socials now?
Yeah, I think you know already some of my brands. We're focusing on it. So we have to start monetizing off of social. That's what we need to do better. Uh
Yeah.
in like our niche side. Um yeah, I think have a lot of good ideas, and yeah, we'll see what we can do there. But I told him like he needs to focus more on his like on-site content game. Got to get his
Mm.
writers on it, like
Hmm.
get his yeah. We'll see if he. We'd love to see if he can rank for like the rap artist network keywords
Oh,
as easily as I think he
I'm
can.
sure. And the fact
Yeah,
that he can push Facebook and Instagram traffic to those pages too, surely.
yeah, should be very very easy. Yeah, I guess all he needs is more writers. I don't know if he has any writers on the team, but that's a good segue into
Yeah.
Workello, guys.
Our sponsor. And
Yeah,
I mean, Workout obviously, if anyone doesn't know, helps you hire writers easily, so you don't have to go test one or two yourself. You can test a whole bunch in one go and basically filter out writers easier. And there's more than one use case, obviously, for it. For people like Jackie, who's spamming AI content everywhere, you can also use them to hire AI writers. Obviously, everyone's now hard on the chat GPT as well.
hmm
Um, there's even a company, Copy AI, that did that. They hired writers through Workallo for that. Published 300 pages of content, got up to 250,000 plus organic traffic a month from doing that, just through signing up to Workallo and running through their hiring process. So you can do the same as well. There's a link down in the description. Jackie, you've got more details on what's going on down in that description box for everyone.
yeah. Use the code INDEXY to get a bit more out of your subscription and help us get paid, man. Appreciate you guys. You guys either have to sign up to Borkello, or you're gonna have to smash that like and button on YouTube, or
Or both.
subscribe to us on YouTube. Yeah, I think we're going nicely. Not as quick as I like it. It's not as quick as like the newsletter side, but we're trucking along. We're trucking along. We'll see how we can grow in the future. Maybe we've learned some tips from Daniel Snow on how to grow our socials. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, go listen to the pod. I think it's a good one, especially if you want to grow on social media. What's good, everyone? It's Jackie Chow.
And this is James DeLacy.
And you're listening to This Week in Digital Marketing. All right, welcome to This Week in Digital Marketing. My name is Jackie Chow. My co-host is James DeLacy, and joined with me today is Daniel Snow, owner and founder of RapTV, who's got all the social media handles at Rap, which is insane. Why don't you give the audience a quick intro about yourself, man?
Yeah. So I've been in social media, online advertising, e-commerce for over 10 years now, aging myself. Started when I was in college, so I've done a lot of different things in social space over that time period. I got started growing audiences on social media. Um, to from there learning how to monetize those audience, which is how I got into affiliate marketing and sending traffic to content blogs and creating e-commerce brands. From there, I created a self-serve ad platform in the early days of influencer marketing, and then After that, started launching my own direct consumer brand. So from 2016 to 2019, I was doing that. Sold a portfolio of brands, launched the agency, Snow Agency, where we service direct consumer brands, and sold that agency 2 months ago. And now I'm the CEO of RapTV, where, kind of like you mentioned, we are rap on all the social media platforms. So, but since launching RapTV, we've actually expanded into also gaming, pop music, reggaeton,
Oh,
fashion. So we've kind of like duplicated our playbook for creating an audience and capturing attention of Gen Z specifically on social media. So RapTV is the biggest brand, but we've done that. We have created those audiences now outside of that as well. So at least what I call for RapTV. So if those out there don't know, it's what I call is the biggest fan base of rap fans on the internet. So we have 45 million followers across all social platforms. And we cover news pertaining to rap, culture behind it, entertainment, as well as editorial, video content. We've been doing live experiential events, stuff like that. So yeah.
yeah, that's amazing, man. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about your come up. So you were in college, I believe, in Jersey or something like that, right? That's when you first got started. Were you like
Yeah.
in like going to school to become a dentist? Did I
Yeah.
read that right?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yes. I
Were your
was,
parents like, what the heck? What's going
yes,
on?
they were like, what the heck? My parents were very upset with me that I wasn't going to dental school. Um, it was a weird time in my life because it was like the trajectory I thought I was going on. I was in the accelerated dental program, so from like, and I thought that was my path from like junior, senior year of high school. So when I got started creating these audiences on social media, things really took off. The summer going into my senior year of college, I was I was in the library every day, studying for the DATs, and the platform I mentioned, it was just blowing up, and I was like, makes no sense to be a dentist, and I actually don't want to be a dentist. So, but yeah, parents were not happy.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a driving force in your life, that
Yeah,
chip on your shoulder. Nice, man. How was the exit of your agency? Also, interesting that you sold an agency. The multiples on an agency aren't like the best, but could you like run us through your mindset, like your thought process behind selling it?
yeah. The thought process beyond selling it was number one. We realized that if we wanted to grow and expand as an agency, and you could either take on a lot more clients, expand service offerings, primarily those two things. And we realized that if we wanted to expand service offerings, which is kind of like what we see the market dictating at this point, then we expanded beyond. We got started right doing Facebook ads, Google ads, expanded to retention marketing, launched a creative studio. We were doing mostly branded photo content, web design. And we realized if we wanted to really go deeper in all of these, we needed additional resources. And we found the suitor the people that bought our company. And it was really, we got sold on them, really, and how they could help the company. The founder has had some of the biggest exits in the agency space. So we thought that he would bring a ton of knowledge along with his leadership team that he was bringing on, and they would be able to help us implement infrastructure and give us the resources that we needed to really grow. So that I would say that was the primary decision, along
Hmm.
with me, doing so many things. Right, I was r- running the snow agency. We had some brands. We have, I was also kind of not as present in Rap TV, but that was going on the side. Um, had also a portfolio of real estate. So it was just wanted to kind of like focus on what I enjoy doing most, and what the biggest levers are, along with what I said first, which is how we can grow the agency. So yeah, that was kind of the decision behind it.
Yeah, I guess. Are you still working day to day on the agency, or are you kind of like hands off now? You just absorb some of the upside with the acquired company.
I'm definitely still involved in the agency,
Yeah.
but just not as big of a like I'm more so focused on just a few key clients, also in some sales capacity, but not whereas like I have 10 people reporting to me. So more so just focused on a few of our larger clients, giving them strategy. So yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Also in agency work, it's not it, chief. It's not it. Hard pass on that, I think, if whenever possible. But the cash flow is good. It's hard to say no to. All right. So now you're focused back onto RapTV. First off, how much did the handles cost, man? I'm sure you had to go through brokers with that. Those are insane handles.
No, there was never any brokers.
Oh, sick.
I would say it's yeah. I can't disclose that, but
Oh, okay.
it wasn't didn't break the bank, so to speak.
Nice. Would you
So
say? Yeah.
interesting thing also to keep in mind though is that like RapTV was really the first social first company to focus on creating an audience, a rap audience that was aggregating rap news. So what that means is that the handles were worth, you know, not much because no one had done it before. No one had created audience. No one was monetizing that audience. So the name wasn't worth that much. Now there's a million people doing it after they saw a lot of the success we had and the audience we grew and all that other stuff. But so we definitely had first movers advantage in that capacity.
Yeah, gotcha. How much of your success would you attribute to those handles? Or would you say it's mostly the execution? Because I mean, at Rap across all social media platforms is pretty powerful, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a flex if you're just like, yo, just follow me at Rap. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much would you attribute to that? Yeah.
I truthfully don't know. And I think about this sometimes. It's almost like, because it's almost like I had this conversation the other day. It's almost like the at Rap allowed us to grow an audience quickly, but for now, the stage where we're at is like growing a generational brand. It's almost like that name is holding us back in a sense because it's like at Rap, right? Like at Rap can't be a brand. That's why the brand is RapTV.
Yeah.
It's like basketball, right? Can't name of a I don't know shoe company basketball. So it's like that was actually the challenge that we faced once it started getting really big. Is like we're not just rap, we're RapTV is the brand, and I think the name got so big that trying to create that differentiation, building that brand equity in the brand, like a problem that we think through. So yeah, I think it definitely helped. Just on social media, people see the name, like it gives us that instant credibility and authority for sure. But yeah, so kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, it gets you to a certain point, but after, it's hard to become a household name for with RapTV or rap, because people will just say like, the genre of music. Have you guys considered or thought about buying rap.com just to make everything
Yeah, that was like
beautiful?
one of the first things. That was one of the first things I did actually, and I'm very happy I didn't. Yeah, I mean the guy wanted like literally millions of dollars for it, like over, like he said, almost 8 figures. If I remember, this was 4 years ago, so I don't know what he even thinks it's worth today. But everything I talk, like the media landscape is changing. Like I don't think unless it's like a clear way to monetize it, like if it was, I don't know, a website where we're just selling concert tickets or something, and like there's a clear way where like people are searching that, and that gives us such a huge advantage in SEO that we're monetizing through that, then like maybe you can back that out and it might make sense. But it's just like a rap news website paying $7 million for a domain, just like makes no sense. And .coms are becoming less and less valuable, like from all the people that I speak with in the media industry. In fact, someone I had a conversation with just 2 weeks ago, they have a huge portfolio of brands that are only .coms. They're doing hundreds of millions of uniques a month. And what they call it is, the .coms are vultures, or it's a vulture eating a carcass. Like that carcass is going to eventually, the meat eventually goes away. But when it's there, you have to eat it. So I think the landscape of media is changing, and it's going to social first brands like ours. And I think that's where a lot of the, the interest is, because what you think about who has the brand, like where are the brand dollars going? And I think that's where they want to get in front of. So, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Do you know if the individual holding Rap.com is like a private equity fund, or is it just some guy in the basement, just chilling on it?
I don't know. They own a lot of domains. It seems like from the research I did, they're just like someone who in the 90s just bought a shit ton of amazing domain. Like they have rnb.com, rap. I like went through a rabbit hole once. I was like, these guys have everything, and they're just squatting on them. So I don't know if it's a private equity company, but definitely someone who's made a ton of money buying these domains early on.
Damn. Daniel,
Yeah,
I want to know.
I know there's a whole subgenre of these investors on Twitter. They're called like domainers. Man,
Yeah.
they're worse than people like James and I, who are actual website owners, because they don't do anything with it. They just
I know that's
around
crazy.
all
I
day.
just checked this in trs.com. It's like the weird. Yeah, you can't even find what they do.
Damn.
It's like this weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's crazy that how many domains these guys have, and just like they sell one for in 3 years, and it's like great. Like we just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's your business?
Yeah, I wanted to talk a bit more about RapTV, if you don't mind. It's I was curious about your business model. Is it primarily sponsorships right now? Do you have a sales team to go out and grab the sponsors? Are you hopping on the newsletter hype? What's next for you guys?
Yeah. So right now, the majority of our revenue streams comes from branded posts, advertisers that are wanting to post to get in front of our audience. We're the biggest focus, and also monetized media. So, monetizing our video content on YouTube and Twitter and Snapchat, stuff like that, Facebook. What we see is the biggest opportunity for growth. We're also launching newsletters. So I think that is like something interesting that I find in music and entertainment, where like there's not a ton of newsletters, but I think it's just a new way of people digesting content, and also like a way to really get a different kind of relationship with your fans, and have that first party content. So I think it's really important, and that's what we've been focusing on the last few months. But what I see is the biggest lever for us right now is building out IP in the form of long form video content, podcasts, creating our own roster of internal talent that we build, working with external talent and, like celebrities and large influencers, stuff like that, being able to leverage our audience and infrastructure, sales team, etc., to create premium content for them and sell against that. So that's what we're identifying as kind of like the next frontier, the next way that we can continue growing the company and so forth. So, yeah.
Is this what you envisioned,
go ahead.
Daniel, at the beginning, starting RapTV? Because I'm assuming you started this knowing that you were going to monetize it, but were these the things that you were thinking of, how you were going to essentially turn this into a business?
Yeah, it actually was. So I definitely saw, the reason why I started RapTV was to create a brand that had equity. It wasn't just to launch an Instagram page. So I already had launched tons of Instagram pages and Twitter pages and meme pages that were not brands, right? They were just things living there that had audience that could make a little money. And that just concept no longer interested me. So that was why I was excited about RapTV, was that I thought it had the opportunity to build a real brand. So definitely was like, what's the quickest way to do that is by building our audience. And now we're at the point now where it's like, we can leverage that to do really amazing things and cool things with it. So, yeah.
What was the process then for building that initial audience? Was it just cutting clip like rap clips, or was there something else that you had in place there?
In terms of the content or how we grew?
Yeah, just both. In terms of the content and then how you managed to grow it. Because I'm assuming the content played a big role if it was organic growth.
Yeah. So first on the content, it was primarily news first. So we did, I was never running it day one. I had a team running it, and we have a team, editorial team that's constantly scouring the internet finding out what's going on, what rappers are saying, what's going on, what they, just like aggregating news. Only in the last really 2 years did we start doing a lot more editorial type of content, and really investing in the aesthetics of the brand and brand image and all that other stuff. What allowed the brand to grow a lot in the early days was simply just, investing money. I was investing money into growth. So we were buying, shout outs from a lot of the other large social media pages, and that allowed us to grow. And eventually we hit an inflection point where our audience became big. I think it was like 5 million, around like 4 or 5 million follower inflection point. Once we hit that inflection point, we just started growing naturally, because we were getting enough likes and comments and shares and people tagging their friends every day that was enough for people follow us organically. So, we have single posts that get hundreds of thousands of shares every day. Just on the Rap Instagram page, each month we're doing 1.2 billion impressions. So it's just, the reach is crazy. And because we have such a big reach, people, share with their friends and they follow it and they say, oh, wow, this is a cool page. Let me follow too. So that's kind of like what that looked like.
Yeah.
And obviously when people share it and they see we have a big following and our name's Rap, right, that probably helps too.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot you can do. I'm pretty sure you have like a huge impact on rap culture and the whole space actually at this point.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and speaking on the sponsorship side personally, because I'm sure, so our audience is a lot of like brand builders. But the only thing is we're mostly SEO traffic, so we're not sales focused in this community. So I would love to hear about how you guys go out and get sponsors, how you guys get paid, because I'm sure you get a lot of inbound, a lot of tire kickers. You need a team to go process that. Do you have an outbound team that goes out and brings in clients as well? What does it look like? What's the structure for you guys? Right?
So right now we actually only have one person on the sales team. We have a mixed. Nice. I know. We just hired another person who's a consultant, who's working with. He has a ton of experience in the industry, working on building the sales pipeline, selling against it, etc. So kind of like 2 people now. We also just hired a BDR for our first salesperson I mentioned, who's doing outbound. But in the past, we've also hired multiple outbound agencies who's been tasked with just reaching out to brands and so forth. And yeah, we've definitely had success with it. It's more so, it was just like a brand bandwidth capacity sort of thing. And we didn't have time to dedicate towards that, but now we're investing that bandwidth and energy into it. So yeah, it definitely works.
Yeah. All right. So I guess mostly it's been people filling out a contact form somewhere and then you reach out saying with the pricing right now, or before the sales team.
Yeah.
All right. And I read on Forbes, you guys do well into you're nearly at 8 figures last year, or is it this year? I believe that's
last year we did a little under 8 million in revenue. This year projecting to do over that, hopefully.
Amazing. Do you have a co-founder in it, or is it all you for this?
I was the only founder. But yeah, so currently I'm the CEO, like I mentioned. In the past, I was focused on the agency, right? Agency, portfolio brands. So I actually wasn't very present in it. But since, for the past few months, it's been, back to CEO of RapTV, and it's been a fun ride going from like the brand side of things to a media company, 2 much different things. But the same thing at the end of the day is being able to manage people and set vision and goals is the same in any industry outside of just online companies.
Sick, man. Are you going to set up you mentioned podcasts. Are you going to set up a in-person podcast studio in Miami, or what's the
our head of content is in LA. So we're working on opening up a studio out there.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys don't have one yet. It's like the ultimate content generator, right? You can just cut that shit up.
Exactly. So yeah, we're there's so much for us to do, but like I said, the hard part, which is the audience, which is still growing, is there. So it's like now we have to start leveraging that for all these other things, right? Like podcasts. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about starting your own record label? I know there's a few old YouTube channels and other genres that have done that. That blew up really
Really?
big, and they just created their own. So one of them is Liquid City. It's like a liquid drum and bass channel that made their own labels, started their own festivals, and
Really?
yeah, I think UKF as well. UKF drum and bass and UKF does it. I think created their own labels and their own
What are
festivals
they
too.
called? What are they called? I'm gonna write that down.
So there's I think Liquid City. Let me check in the chat here anyway. Liquid City. I think that's how you spell it. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure they have a label, and I'm pretty sure UKF drum and bass. I think
Label's
they
wild
ended up
though.
creating their own label.
That
I
idea.
need to check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But point being is that we've definitely thought about it. You know, we've had opportunity. We've had record labels interested in JVs and stuff like that. It just, you need to focus as a company where the biggest levers are. And I don't think a record label is currently our biggest lever, right? It's because it's like the focus is how can we grow the brand? How can we make the brand stronger? How can we have the brand have more brand equity? And I don't think having a record label would accomplish any of that right now. Once we go after the low-hanging fruit, everything I just discussed, sure, then we've actually created even more leverage to have successful artists, because then we can put them even more through our video content and all this other stuff. So, you know, that's not going anywhere. I think it does make a lot of sense, but the focus is more on the higher leverage activities right now.
Yeah. Of all the, where are you guys biggest on? Because I saw you had like 11 million on TikTok, right? Or did I see incorrectly?
TikTok we have 9.2.
Yeah.
On Instagram we have 11.2.
Right. It was Instagram. How do you feel about TikTok possibly getting removed in the US?
I mean, you know, it's pretty surprising it's lasted this long. I feel like under China's control. Like, we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of talk and speculation. I mean, I think the most likely outcome would be that America forces China to sell it to an American company. I think that's what would be that. I think that's what an outcome would be. Like, I would find it impossible to believe that ByteDance would just rather shut it down completely. Like, that would be insane. So I feel like if that does happen, then I think that would be the most likely outcome. But I think I think especially in the next presidential election, right? I feel like whenever like politics start getting hot, that's like something that takes off. So because right, it affects our youth and all this other stuff. It affects like geopolitical kind of like relationships and all this. It's really so. I think we're gonna start seeing that as like the next presidential election comes about.
Yeah, that's solid. And of all the social media platforms, Instagram's your biggest platform, right? Like most recently mentioned, like over 1 billion impressions a month. That's crazy. And how much does that translate into? Do you push that traffic anywhere? Because I noticed you guys have RapTV.com, but you guys aren't focusing.
Not very active. Yeah.
You guys are platform natives, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, we push that we push that all the time. You know, we leverage our Instagram to build our Twitter following. Now, once you get a big following on Twitter, it can grow organically. But that was seeded from Instagram at first. I think our first 200,000 followers was pretty much from Instagram. We push that traffic to Spotify playlists. We push that traffic to building our Snapchat audience. We push that traffic to YouTube all the time. We push that traffic to our newsletters, to our SMS list. We have 100,000 people on SMS list. That's all from our Instagram.
Whoa.
So yeah, like it's, you know, it's even our last, we did a little thing called Rap Madness, which is like March Madness, but who's the best rapper of 2022? And we pushed that traffic to our website, and we had almost 60,000 people sign up to complete a bracket, which was pretty much all from Instagram. So that's definitely the power, is like having connection with your audience, is being able to send them places to take action. So it definitely seems like we're having success with that.
Yeah. Do you guys have any plans to become like the spot for, well, on your website at least? Because I know you guys are already focused on rap news on these social media platforms. But are you gonna try to become like an editorial type of thing, or do you think the cost overheads are too high to become something like a Vice or something like that?
No, I think that's definitely because it's all how do we differentiate our brand, right?
Hmm.
And just posting news now on social media, anyone can do. So I think that editorial is how we differentiate, and it's also how we build brand equity. So it's definitely on the roadmap.
Damn, nice. Yeah, are you guys gonna do any of those like shows? You know, when you send one person like a host somewhere and go interview people, like that's that's pretty incredible. But like the costs are so high involved with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we did a show. That's also what I'm wearing right now. We did a show at South by Southwest 2 months ago, and that's definitely on the roadmap. We already do interviews with rappers. We're like I said, we're creating long form video content, creating content franchises, all that type of stuff. So definitely stuff that's like I said, actually some of our biggest focus of the year.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I think podcast is probably the most logical next step, and it's probably quite easy for you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy because especially if we need talent on the show, like rappers as guests, and scheduling is not easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I wonder how Kai does it. You know, Kai Sinat, he's like absolutely killing it. I don't know how
Yeah,
he grew so fast.
I don't know. I don't know, but I think it's like once you establish as yourself as like that guy, and while we do have the Instagram platform, I think it's different once you have a host in your own show and all those other things, and then rappers will want to become a part of that. But to get right the Caleb Presley, it's like it needs to be something different and unique. I think for people to want to become part of that. So I think that's like the create. Like we can't just have a guy interviewing people, right? Like everyone's doing that. We're already doing that. So there needs to be some creativity behind like the format.
Hmm. Gotcha. Gotcha. And where are you seeing the most leverage in terms of like platforms right now in this day and
Definitely
age?
Instagram for sure.
Still Instagram? I
Definitely.
gotta bet on the Zuck then. A lot
Yeah.
of people counted him out the last couple of years. I'm not sure if you saw it on their stock price. It's
Yeah, he's killing it.
yeah, everyone's dunking on him the last couple of years, but now like the earnings came out and he's absolutely slaying it. All right, but are you guys on Facebook as well? Because like people say Facebook have like been driving a lot of traffic personally for them
Really. Um,
for
we
the
have a
video
small
content.
audience on Facebook. We only have like 150,000 followers. So it's definitely there's definitely potential there. Like we have like posts get millions of impressions. So there's definitely that kind of like viral, kind of like for you page type of algorithm now on Facebook that I see. So there's definitely potential there. We were just super late to the game. Like I wish I started posting on Facebook years ago when we started posting on Instagram, but only started really posting on it the last year or so. So
Yeah. Have you noticed? Because personally, when I'm growing my own TikTok accounts, it's been really hard for us to push traffic out of TikTok. Are you seeing the
yeah,
same thing?
I'm seeing the same thing. Yeah,
That's like insane. But like, look at your follower count on TikTok. It grew so
exactly.
much
That's
quicker
why
than
TikTok is
Instagram.
weird. Yeah, it's you could have
Yeah,
500,000 likes and it's still this like yeah,
get a couple
it's really
hundred.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tough one. I guess it's still good for brand recognition across your platforms, but yeah. What are you guys doing on
Yeah.
YouTube right now?
On YouTube, we're doing primarily interviews and kind of like unique kind of like video content.
Hmm.
YouTube also, we've only really been focusing on it for the last 6 months or so. So once again, still kind of late to the game, so to speak, but you have to start somewhere. Just because creating long form video content is hard, it's expensive, and it requires a lot of creativity and effort, and it's not easy, especially creating great content. So we're just I would say in the last like 2 months, like our channel starting to take off. Start YouTube starting to recommend our videos and all this other stuff. So starting to see some traction there.
Hmm. Gotcha. And your long-term vision for RapTV, is it like another juicy exit, or is this like your baby and you're gonna like die holding this brand?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no immediate plans to sell the company. We're discussing even back and forth all the ideas we could do with it, right? So it's like that gets me excited is building out the company, and trying to execute on all that, especially because like it's a unique company, whereas like we have such a big impact, right? It's like I get that every day in person, even feel like, what, you're part of Rap TV. That's like been my favorite page on Instagram for 4 years. It's like you don't get that with like creating a direct consumer brand. No one's like, oh, that's my favorite underwear. Like, I don't know. It's like a different type of connection when you're delivering content people love, and it's really fulfilling and rewarding. So yeah.
Gotcha. What's your content team like? Like, how big is it? Do you have just people, like, how many editors do you have? Because I'm guessing you need a lot, right?
Yeah. We
Creating
probably have
content
like
at your scale.
15 editors. We have
Yeah,
about
that's
40
fucking
people on
crazy.
team.
Yeah, that's crazy. And what is the process? Like, how does, immediate news, you got someone leaking an album, for example, from that to getting posted, how long does it typically take, and how many hands need to touch it before it goes live? Or is it like one
Really,
person?
really only two hands, right?
Mhm.
We have writers and we have graphic designers. And there like the way we built it is that there's not like a final approval process for everything. We've trained people to be able to post, and they know the guidelines within that. Just because like everything's all about speed. So it's like
Yeah.
if not only speed, but like well, speed. So it's like if something goes up at 2 a.m., we can't have one or multiple people staying awake to approve that. So we actually have employees on all time zones.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess in your space, it's like you got to be first, or it might as well don't go up.
Yeah,
On the
exactly.
news.
I try to let the team know that every day.
Man, how do you? I mean, it's so hard to be on top of like all artists at the same time. I don't even know how you would even approach this. Do you just have people scouring the internet, like, or for example, if like a famous rappers on like Instagram Live, someone on your team is watching it, right? Or like, what's the setup right now?
We try to. Yeah, it's like that's their job is just being a part of the pulse of hip hop, so to speak. Um, and yeah, just trying to. We have a big team,
Yeah.
just kind of covering the internet, so to speak.
Yeah, I we have like one of our brands is we do celebrity homes. You know what we should do for raptv.com? You should just do rapper net worths. I don't know if you have that on your site, because I was like checking your organic traffic.
I don't
It
think
should be like
so.
the easiest thing on earth for you guys. The easiest next step. And then you can even use that chance to get rappers like thoughts on it. You can get them to comment. Because I've sold a couple sites in in that niche, and it's the
Really,
keywords are extremely simple. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
would
just
love to.
like,
I would love to talk about it. I don't know anything about like building up our website and all that. I would love to, but yeah.
yeah, we can chat right now, or we can chat offline. But like, it's super simple. It's just like, what is rapper name
No, I
worth?
get that.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And then you have to build backlinks around those keywords and stuff.
Honestly, I already checked your site. You don't even need backlinks. You already have it. Like, you're good.
Really?
Just all you have to do is post. Probably, yeah. You can have like a net worth section, and then just start building it. The traffic there is insane. You could probably get to, let me think, everyone in rap, the TAM. If you're number one for all keywords, you'll probably get to like 25 to 50K a month. It's not like killer, but
Yeah.
50K a month is pretty solid. But
Yeah.
that's
It was
only if you
that.
capture number one for all the keywords of every rapper, which I
Yeah.
think you guys can. It's
Really.
yeah, yeah,
Over
because
like
you guys focus on rap, right? So in SEO, what is it like? You have topical authority already. It's like a highly sought after. You guys talk about all things rap, so talking about rappers' net worth is like a logical next step.
got it. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the team know that right after this.
And yeah, we also do like celebrity homes, so you can look like where does X live, stuff like that. And those type of keywords pop off on YouTube as well. So we did that for our brands. Look into it, man. You could be like MTV Cribs and just go into
I know. I
celebrity
told the
homes.
team that. I told the team that we should do that actually because I think that's like stuff that people would love to see.
Yeah, I can confirm. Hundreds of thousands of views for sure. It's like a why not? And I'm pretty sure if you go past the 100K threshold, the ads pay for all the costs of actually creating the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many video editors do you guys have on the team? I've been trying to hire video editors. It's tough out here, man. Like good
Yeah.
ones.
We use some agencies because it is tough. But we probably have an additional like 5 to 7 on staff right now.
Mm-hmm. Nice. The agency, what do? They do the long form, they do the short form, they do it all, or
That's
what's
at
the?
RapTV. That's at RapTV. So
Yeah, yeah,
at the agency, I think similar. We have like 12 video editors there.
yeah. Gotcha. Um, Sorry, you mentioned for RapTV you use an agency or you use the agency. Sorry.
Oh no, we outsource
Got it.
some work to agencies. Not the snow agency because the snow agencies editors are focused on direct consumer content, which is different than the type of editors
Yeah,
we need
sure.
that might need to edit, rap video.
Yeah. Man, you know what else you guys should do? I have so many ideas. Like you guys should come up with like a book or something like that. Something super simple, like the history of rap or something like that, or a children's book for rap, ABCs for rappers, et cetera, et
Why?
cetera, and just launch on Kickstarter
Why a children's book?
because it's just easy. It's easy to launch.
Yeah,
It's like a good gift, good gift.
interesting.
Yeah. So anytime you go, all adult products are high competition, but if you go children, it's just like automatically lower. That's how you typically approach things. And launch off Kickstarter, so there's zero risk. And you could probably raise millions, man, off your platform. It's like a easy bag secured.
That is interesting. I would say a big focus of ours is like once we start launching these like content franchises, is trying to think about physical products that we can incorporate in them. So like we're launching a cooking show. It's like can we launch a cookbook along with that? So
Damn.
thinking about how we can incorporate that into video content.
Yeah, you guys are gonna do a cooking show?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Don't you need a kitchen for that? Or
Yeah,
just do it
we're
in
gonna
someone's
work.
house?
No, we found production companies that have like commercial kitchens and stuff.
Fuck. So there's one thing, like with our audience, everything's like low effort. We're like losers who don't want to talk to people, so we just focus on SEO traffic. You're doing all like the hardest things. It's
Yeah.
Everything seems so high effort. Podcasts, booking rappers, that seems already impossible. And you're gonna do a cooking show. That seems like the highest effort. Yeah, my brother's in like food, and it seems intense. Like just like a whole day of shooting, you're exhausted at the end of it. I don't
It's
know,
a lot of work.
man.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's the stuff like that like it's like because I've done all that too. Like I've done affiliate marketing and this. Well, I've done like the easy quote unquote like lower effort stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like stuff like this. I like to me gives me now fulfillment and like impact. Like if we create an amazing piece of creative content and we make money doing it and we make an impact, like that's cool to me. But I would still love to do the SEO low hanging fruit stuff to incorporate into our brand too. Why not?
Yeah, but that's that's so easy for you guys now. It's like it's for you guys. It's like a switch now. It's mostly like all right, it's time to focus on it, and then you guys will kill it. You're probably gonna destroy the affiliates in your space, like people like me. It'll be like one step, be like done.
Really? So
Absolutely.
you looked at our site and you think the brand authority is good enough where we can.
Yeah, because I've done the net worth idea on like brand new sites. It's so easy. Though the keyword difficulty is like 0.
Wow.
Like it's like a matter of just do it type of thing. And it's even better if you can get the rappers to talk about their actual net worth. It's going to be tough because the IRS and shit, but I'm sure you can get them to comment on something, higher or lower or something like that. Yeah, man. Why didn't you focus more into the D2C space, switching gears? Did you guys sell a couple brands? I think I saw from
Yeah, we've sold a few brands in the past. I was doing D2C stuff for 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and so I did it at a really high level and devoted countless hours to it. But it just came down to what I said, and RapTV is such a big opportunity that
it is.
Yeah,
because like personally, I mean James already knows how much I hate D2C. It's too many moving parts, and it's just hell to work on, man. It's all that. I don't know what your margins were, but doing all that for 10 to 15% margins is not it. It's super not it. And then
it's tough. It's a lot of work, man.
screwing you every step of the way, and then you got 3PL screwing you. Then you got Facebook. I don't know. You probably don't have Facebook screwing you because you probably have a good relationship with them, but like Facebook screwing you.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, man. I think it's I think focusing on RapTV, this is like your huge swing. Yeah, man. I think with your original content, that's gonna be great. Are you can you speak on how much revenue you guys are generating from like the YouTube ad side, or are you guys like not disclosing that? Because you mentioned you guys are just starting.
It's not too much. It's not too much yet. Just because I would say our videos are just now like really ramping up, so we're not making any substantial amounts at all there.
Yeah, it's a shame though. It's a shame. I think with TikTok had a real opportunity to take over like short form content if they just paid their creators better, because now all of them just flock off of it, right? As soon as they grow an audience, they try to launch their own stuff. Versus I think YouTube paying their creators pretty well, I would say, and for most TikTok creators to flock to YouTube in the end. Yeah. And with your snow agency, did you have a co-founder for that? You did, right?
Yeah, my brother was my co-founder.
Oh, nice. Damn, how man, your parents must have been like, yo, we lost 2 dentists in the family.
Yeah.
How was working with your brother? I cannot imagine doing that.
It's good. He's extremely talented. He's an incredibly hard worker, and he complements, a lot of my skill sets, and we definitely kind of complement each other. So we have a great working relationship, and definitely owe a lot of my success and, a lot of our ventures to working with him.
Is he also in on RapTV, or is that just all you?
No, he's just on the snow agency right now.
Gotcha. And so our mutual friend Dennis also told me that I had to talk to you. How do you know Dennis?
So I know Dennis because I got started, like I mentioned in the beginning, growing these Twitter audiences. Mm-hmm. So when it was time to monetize, I was using Dennis's platform. And then, because Dennis had a self-serve ad platform called Exposely. And then I created a competitor to Exposely called Caffeine Digital. And then Dennis became my competitor. And then we had like a rivalry for a while. And eventually we just became friends, and we went to Thailand together and been close friends ever since. So, yeah.
Sick. Why Thailand? There's a ton of SEOs there. Did you end up meeting anyone there? Like any?
I don't think so.
Or was it just for fun?
It was just for fun. This was like 2016, 7 years ago.
Gotcha.
So it was like a why not? I don't know. We were young. We'd never been to Asia before, so.
Yeah, sick, man. And also, do you find I asked a lot of people this because I'm personally curious. Like, a lot of people are flocking to places like Austin, Miami. Are you guys seeing where you are geographically speaking, having like an advantage in this space? Because you get to meet.
I don't think so. I mean, I definitely do meet people nonstop, I guess over New Jersey, it's an advantage. But because I wasn't meeting anyone in New Jersey. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's just a great lifestyle. Like, I do meet amazing people all the time, but I think you can find that same thing in most major cities. Obviously, no state tax in Florida is really nice. Weather is really nice, and that impacts my mood. And if my mood's better, that impacts my work productivity. So,
don't you get? I don't know what your lifestyle is like, but I hear the Miami lifestyle is insane. Like, you're just flooded with a lot of distractions.
there is a lot of
money. A lot of money.
There's a lot of distraction, but at the end of the day, people need to have self-control. I mean, I don't love partying enough to want to do it every day. Even if I had no job, I would not want to party every day. I can party every day in Miami. There's amazing parties every day, but like, I don't have that desire to go out every day, even if I had literally no job, So I think what I like about it is that if I do want to go out on a Monday, it's there. So the optionality is there. But yeah, I guess if people lack self-control, don't come to Miami.
Yeah. What's your work-life situation like then right now? So I guess you go out, have a nice dinner, maybe drinks with friends on the weekend, and then you're just grinding away on the weekdays?
Yeah, weekdays I work during the day, work out is big. Health and fitness is a big part of my life. Have dinners all the time with people. During weekdays it doesn't get too crazy, just because I try to wake up early during the week also, working out and such. So if I party and I drink during the week, it definitely kind of messes up my my routine.
Yeah. Do you guys ever have to like sponsor events so to get your brand out there even more, or are you just digital focused?
Not for RapTV. We've never sponsored an event, but the agency, yeah, we throw events all the time. We do collabs with tech companies and other agencies all the time. Shopify, we actually just did an amazing event in their New York space. So, totally.
Yeah, gotcha. Huh. Well, listen, man. I really appreciate you coming on today. Where can people find you, by the way? Don't say @rap. That's too much of a flex. We gotta hit your personal handle on this.
Yeah, if you want to get me on Instagram, my personal is Dapper, Dapper.
No
Twitter
way.
is.
How did you even get that, man?
Got the usernames. Twitter is I am Dan Snow, and then if you want to email me, Daniel@raptv.com. So there you go.
Amazing, man. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll be sure to hit you up when I'm in Miami.
Yeah, definitely let me know.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for your time today, man. I think
Totally.
we'll leave it at that. We won't dig too much into your numbers until maybe next time we have you on, you'll have exited Rap already, and we can chat then. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Nice. Cheers, Dan.